Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So we finally got Android 13's EZA in the game. He is actually like kind of solid. I know a lot of people are really underrating how he actually, how good he actually can be, and I think that's kind of like disingenuous to him. He is weak to Super Saiyans here, so mainly the new LR is what you're going to be wanting to use. I don't have the new LR, so I'm just running like an older Super Saiyan team with a bunch of tech characters, because again, this guy is weak to tech Super Saiyans, basically. And really, this EZA, I feel like, is one that is kind of needed. This is one of the first EZAs of the entire year that actually helps the most recent Dokkan Fest. Now, technically you can say, oh, this doesn't really help the Super Saiyan trio, but like, they don't really need it. They're a Super Saiyan LR, right? They'll be fine. This mainly helps Android 21, because while, yeah, they share the same typing, which kind of sucks in terms of like the Omega fight, for the most part, like, they share a very similar link set, which is very, very good for both of them, because, you know, Big Bad Bosses and all the Android links, they give a lot of stats. Plus, before 13 transforms into Super 13, he's a support character as well, so like, he can actually be like really solid, especially on that 21 team. So I think this is something that the 21 team definitely needed. Both of the EZAs around this 21 celebration. Technically, this is a different celebration. This is like a movie celebration, the 13 movie celebration. But like, I'm still gonna count it as like what would have been the part 2 of the 21 celebration had it not been like a collab. So I'm gonna count it. And both the EZAs, both the LR androids as well as this 13, are both really, really good for 21. So I'm really glad that a character who definitely needed a couple more pieces in their like team was able to actually get that during the celebration. I feel like that's a really big step in the right direction. However, we do have a couple things to talk about in regards to what's coming up next. So while the Super Saiyans here, I do believe, are on both Global and JP, the only difference is on JP we have Omega's return, and on Global they have like Super Boo, who I guess is technically a little bit better than Omega, just because of how dirty they did Omega with the GT boss restriction. But the thing about it is, right, the next celebration, New Year's, which we already know is Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Harudegarn, that's not going to be synced. And with that not being synced, I find it very unlikely that the 9th anniversary is going to be synced. And I've talked about this before. I think the best way to go about the sync in the future, once we do finally get fully synced up, is both versions celebrate the Japanese anniversary, and then we move around the Tanabata slot on both Global and JP, because that's... it wasn't shared this year, but like, there's still time slots for it, right? We move that back to the, like, on JP to the Tanabata time slot on Global, which is after Worldwide, and we push forward Worldwide to roughly like where the anniversary would take place on Global, right? So we kind of swap it around, and instead of doing Worldwide, or actually instead of doing anniversary into Worldwide on Global, we do Worldwide at the same time that Global will typically have its anniversary, as a celebration of the Worldwide release. So it kind of makes a little bit more sense that way, because it's still technically an anniversary for the game. It's just a different time period. Now, that would switch up the actual release schedule of a lot of characters, mainly on JP, which has been the most consistent thing. So I think that could definitely work. The only thing is, right, are you going to have that function? Because you have to celebrate the global anniversary at some point, right? And we can't just do the anniversary again, because we already had it. So I think the best place to do that is with Worldwide, because that is the return of the anniversary characters on JP. So it just makes sense to me. So that's just my proposition for Worldwide going forward, and like the global JP sync. It's just kind of weird that they announced it and then also made it very clear that it's not going to happen for a while. So it is strange, because like typically New Year's has been shared for a little while. So it is kind of awkward that we're not sharing it this year, but surely they have a plan for it going forward, and hopefully everything just works out. I'm really kind of excited to see what happens when we do finally sync up. If you didn't know as well, Chain Battle's getting nuked, so we're getting rid of Chain Battle. Last Chain Battle is going to be in January of 2024. Once that's done, Chain Battle is going to be tossed away into the trash, never to be seen again, probably, which is kind of weird. So we're gonna have to get equipment through some other way. And the entirety of both the 9th and 10th anniversary is something that I feel like is gonna be a very big moment of change for this game. Because if they do it right, this game's gonna live for like ever. If they do it wrong, I will be scared. We have the implementation of the pity system for gold coin banners. I think depending on the reception to the 9th anniversary and the sync, we might be seeing pity for regular Dokkan Fest and Dokkan Fest LR banners sooner than you might be expecting. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, that's preposterous. They're never going to do that. Listen, once Dokkan realizes that there's a lot to gain from that and that, hey, they might have to start doing that or else we're going to be losing player retention, it's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot faster than you might be thinking. A lot faster. And with all the discussion going around the sync, it might almost be time for it, which is kind of scary because I want this game to go on a long time and I want to play this game as long as I possibly can because I love this game, right? I've been playing this game for like almost 6 years. 2018 is when I started playing. Oh, the 3rd anniversary. It's about to be the 9th anniversary. About 6 years, right? And I want to keep playing this game. I've had mobile games that I've put in a bunch of time into die before, and it's really, really sad when that happens and when servers completely go offline, and it's very upsetting. Dokkan, I feel like, has a lot of potential, especially if... Well, I guess technically the anime is coming back with Dragon Ball Daima, and we pretty much know for a fact that we're going to be getting Daima characters once Daima actually, like, comes out for real. So, this really is going to be a time of hope for Dokkan, and I'm really hoping that we start going in the correct direction. Now, if we're starting to talk about the 9th anniversary, we have to start talking about a new mechanic, because every single year we get a new mechanic. This year was Standby, last year was what? The action break and the 200% leads, right? And then 6th anniversary was Revive, 5th anniversary was... What was 5th anniversary? Equipment was the 5th anniversary. 4th anniversary was active skills. 3rd anniversary was like transformations. So we've been getting new mechanics for the past like 6 years. So I would not put it past them to add in another mechanic. Yes, we did already get domains this year. I'm aware. Domains already happened. But it hasn't been the first time where we've gotten a new mechanic twice in a year. Again, I always went back. I believe it was the 5th anniversary where we had the equipment system that dropped alongside the anniversary, and then during Worldwide is when we had the unit supers, right? That was a new mechanic that was introduced roughly around the same time. So I could definitely see us getting another thing. I think it would be a very good idea. I've been saying it for a while. It's platinum equipment, very similar to what Legends has, where we get a new equipment slot that is able to help buff a character in a certain way via like a passive buff, not necessarily like just your regular statage, like an actual change to their kit. Again, people have proposed the idea of giving Super Trunks the ability to just have guaranteed guard if you have Android Cell Saga category characters on your team, which I feel like makes sense. It's a good idea. So, you know, we could definitely see something like that. It'd be essentially the same thing as an EZA 2, but like differently. You can do it for already existing EZA characters. You can do it for characters who have not EZA'd yet, and it would still make them better. Right? There's definitely ways around it. You can make them the ones that are removable permanently, so that way you can, like, if they do get an EZA, we can just update it, or have an EZA for the equipment or something. I don't know. But I do see the inevitability of a new mechanic coming with the 9th anniversary, and it is kind of a shame that it's not going to be happening on both versions at the same time. Also, wait. Don't tell me. Did they not? Okay, this is actually a good thing that I wanted to talk about. Because Trunks was in the data, but there's no EZA medals for Trunks in the missions. That sucks. Because if you remember before, during Worldwide, we had the medals for the sub-EZA character, and as you can very clearly see, I claim the missions and we don't have any medals. That sucks. It means you're gonna have to farm this guy, and he's not even that good in the first place. That's unlucky. I'm probably still gonna do it because I use him a lot for the nuking events. But that's pretty much it for this video. Do let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the future of this game, how you feel about us not being synced, really, for this next upcoming celebration and presumably into the 9th anniversary. I'm nervous, but I'm hopeful for the game. And let me know how you feel about 13 in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.